Hi everybody, this is Crystal. Welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet, where we talk about everything that is yarn and crochet related. If that type of thing interests you, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So today I'm going to be doing a crochet tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make this cable stitch throw. Now don't go because a cable stitch is not hard. It's actually quite easy once you get the hang of it. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I don't have a lot of room here, but I'll show you. It does have this particular cable right here, the big one. This is called the Arabella cable. So that's what that one looks like. And then we just have two rows of like little post stitches here. Then we want to have one small braided cable here. And it's just kind of a repeat of that. So it's got 6 of the big Arabella cables, which is one of my favorite cables. And then, you know, the small braids and the posts, and then it's pretty much double crochets and half double crochets in between. I think it's very beautiful. It would look good in so many colors. I'm going to keep this one for my bedroom because my bedroom's pink, but I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way and we'll talk about the size and the yarn and everything that you can use. All right, I'm just trying to show you here what it looks like. It ends in the Arabella cable here, and it begins in the Arabella cable. All right, so that particular throw was approximately 55 inches wide and about, I think it was around 57 inches tall. And I will tell you how much yarn I use for that, and you can always make it bigger if you want. So for this throw, I use yarn from Hirschner's worsted a heather. Heathers. It's an 8-ounce ball. Now this is a 100% acrylic medium weight number 4. There are 489 yards per ball. So, and I went through 7 of them. So about 3,500 yards for the size that I'm making. Now if you want to put some type of border on it, I did not border mine, but I probably will use this last ball maybe to put some fringe on it. I'm not sure or not. I'm not sure yet. But if you want to border it, I would suggest getting, you know, if you're using this particular yarn, another ball, or if you want to make it larger, another ball, maybe 4,000 yards, you know, if you want to make it bigger and put a border on it. But as it stands, that's what I use for my size. And the color that I used is called Violet. Of course, you can use any color that you like. And then I'm going to be using a size J, which is a 6mm crochet hook. Okay, so the multiple of this particular cable design is 35 plus 21. So if you want to make yours bigger or smaller than mine, you would just chain in multiples of 35, and then once you're done there, you would add 21 more stitches. Now if you want to make it like me, you want to go ahead and start out with a chain of 196 stitches. 196. And once you get your chain of 196 stitches done, we're going to do a double crochet in the 4th stitch from our hook. So remember this one doesn't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and double crochet in that 4th stitch. And then we're going to work along our chain, and we're going to put 1 double crochet in every stitch for the length of the chain. So row 1 is this 1 double in every stitch until you get to the end of your row. Alright, so I've come to the end of row 1, and you should have a total of 194 stitches now, and that includes this chain here on the end. It counts as a stitch. So counting that, you'll have 194. And 194 is what we will always have at the end of every row now. Now we're going to start row 2. And row 2 begins the repeat pattern. Rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the repeat rows. So it's a 4-row repeat. So let's go ahead and begin row 2. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. It does not count as anything. We're going to work a double crochet into the first 5 stitches. So this, we're going to go into this very first one here, and that's going to count as number 1. So there's 1, then go into the next one. There's 2, the next one, 3, the next one, 4, the next one, and there's 5. Okay, now we're going to start the repeat for row 2. We are going to skip 3 stitches, and then we are going to be working front post triple crochets in the next 3. So we're going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. And in the next 3, we're going to put 1 front post triple crochet around each of those. So go ahead and yarn over twice like you're going to do a triple crochet, and then skip your 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And the next one, you go around the post of it like this, and then you go ahead and do a triple crochet. So there's 1 front post triple. We're going to do it into the next stitch. So yarn over twice, go around the post of the next stitch, there's 2. We need to do it one more time to make 3. So yarn over twice, go around the post of the next stitch, and that is 3 times. So we have done 3 front post triple crochets. Now we're going to back it up to the 3 that we skipped, and we're going to work front post triple crochets around those, starting with the very first one that we skipped. Now it is a little bit awkward, but once you get used to it, you'll be able to fly through. So we're going to yarn over twice like the triple, and sometimes you have to dig around, but we want to go around the post of the first one that we skipped. So just take it, go around, and work a front post triple crochet. I try to bend my work in half like this. It's easier to maintain control that way. So there's 1, and again, dig around and find your next one that you skipped, which is right here. So we need to do a front post triple around that one. So yarn over twice, front post triple around the post, kind of fold your work there, and then go ahead and do your front post triple. It's 2 times. Now we got 1 more left. He's always the one you got to dig around for. There he is, unworked and ready to be worked. Yarn over twice and go around the post and do a front post triple crochet around him, just like that. Now if you want, you can kind of straighten that out a little bit. They cross over each other. Don't worry, it'll look better the more rows that you do. Now we're going to put 1 front post double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So we're just going to yarn over once, and we're going to go into the next stitch right here that isn't worked, and we're going to do a front post double, not a triple but a double. So there's 1, and then front post double into the next. There's 2, and one more time, a front post double into the next, just like that. And it's okay if there's a bit of a gap here. That's kind of the way cables look. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue, and we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. So don't go into the top of any of these that we put front post stitches in. So starting with the next one, just a regular double crochet into the top of the next 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do a 1 front post double crochet in each of the next 2. So yarn over and we do our front post double into the next. And a front post double into the next. That. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet again into the next 5 stitches, just regular double crochet into the top of the next 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch here, and we're going to put a front post triple crochet into the next. So yarn over twice, skip this one and go around the post and put a front post triple. And then what we're going to do is back it up to the one that we skipped and work a front post triple around that one. So yarn over twice and then go around the post of the one that we skipped, and this will make that small cable that you see in the blanket. Just like that. Kind of twist them like that. Now we're going to work about 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then into the next 2 stitches we're going to put a front post double crochet into each of those. So right into the very next stitch we do a front post double, and then the next stitch another front post double, down, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that ends the repeat of the row. So do you want to do it again? Let's go ahead and repeat it again, because this is what we're going to repeat all the way across until we get to the end. So we're going to start all the way back up here to where we made our first big cable. Start repeating again. So we are going to skip 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and in the next 3 we're going to work a front post triple crochet. So yarn over twice, skip your 3, 1, 2, 3. And in the next 3 we work a front post triple. So there's 1, and in the next one yarn over twice, front post triple. So that's 2. One more time, yarn over twice, front post triple, like that. And again, now we have to back it up to the 3 that we skipped right here and work a front post triple in those 3, starting with the very first one. So yarn over twice, come forward and around that first one that we skipped, the post of it, and front post triple. And then we dig around and we find the next one we skipped, this guy right here. Yarn over twice, go around the post of him, and front post triple. And then the last guy who likes to hide, there he is. Front post triple around him. Like that, and you can kind of straighten those cables out a bit. And now we're going to work 1 front post double crochet into the next 3. So the next 3 is just a front post double. So we only yarn over once and a front post double crochet. So there's 1 in that one, and then the next one, front post double, and then the next one, front post double, just like that. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to put a front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. There's 1 front post double, and then the next one, 1 front post double. And now we're going to put 1 regular double crochet into the top of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to make that little cross braid that we did before. So we are going to skip 1 and put a front post triple into the next. So yarn over twice this time. Skip this one. Go around the post of this one and do your front post triple. And then we're going to back it up into the one that we skipped and do a front post triple around that guy. Like that. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to put a front post double crochet in each of the next 2. So there's 1 front post double, next front post double, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5, and that ends the repeat again. So you want to keep repeating that pattern all the way across until you get to the last 14 stitches. And I'll meet back up with you when you've made it all the way to your last 14 stitches. Alright, I have made it to my last 14 stitches of row 2. So I did 2 front post double crochet here, then I went and did a regular double crochet into the next 5 stitches, and that ended the repeat, and I have 14 stitches that remain. So we're going to go ahead and end the row. We're going to go ahead and do one of those large cables again. So we are going to skip the next 3 stitches, and in the next 3 we are going to do a front post triple. So yarn over twice, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and front post triple into the next 3. So there's 1, 2, and there's 3. And then we need to back it up to the 3 we skipped, starting with our very first one and front post triple into those. So there's 1, and then we dig around and find our next one. Here's 2, and then we find our last guy up in here somewhere. There he is. and there is 3. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet into the next 3. Front post double. So those big cables are worked over 9 stitches. There's 2. And there is 3. And now you'll have 5 stitches that remain, including that little chain here. Go ahead and put a regular double crochet in the remaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That'll end row 2. And you will have a total of 194 stitches altogether, where you're going to have 6 of these big Arabella cables. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start row 3. We are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So we're working on the back side of our work now. We're going to put a half double crochet into the first 5 stitches, half double. So we're going to yarn over and go into this very first one and half double crochet. It's 1, and then to the next one, there's 2, and then to the next one, there's 3, the next one, 4, and the next one, and there is 5. Now we're going to be working back post double crochets. And we're going to work 1 back post double crochet into the next 9 stitches, because that is our big cable. And we just do it in a row. So these 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we work these 3 up here in front, 1, 2, 3, and then we would work these 3 that are in the back, 1, 2, 3. Now it's all back post double. So when we go ahead and start, yarn over and we work the back post double, 9 in a row. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, it's going to go in a row, so I always kind of put my finger in between these cables here and know that I have to do the ones in the front of my finger next, okay? Front, back post double. This would be number 4. Number 5. And there's one more on the front of my finger there. That would be number 6. And then you do the 3 that are on the back side once you put your finger in there. Back post double. So this would be number 7. This would be number 8. And this would be number 9. And that would finish out that large cable, just like that. Now we go ahead and start, and we're going to put a half double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches, half double. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Where we started this big cable starts the repeat of row 2. I apologize. And then we are here where there are, if you look around the front, they're front post double crochets. We're going to put a back post double crochet in each of those. Just one of each of those. 1. And there's 2. Again, now we're going to put a half double crochet into the next 5 half doubles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is that little bitty cross cable here. What we're going to do is a back post double crochet, and we're going to start with the first one. Put your finger through there. That's in the front of your finger. You see that? So go ahead and back post double around that one that's in the front of your finger, and then we back post around the one, if you put your finger in there, which would be behind your finger. Back post double. Okay, half double crochet into the next 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we have back post. We need to put a back post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So starting with the first one, back post double, and then back post double into the next, and again 1 half double crochet into the next 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that would end the repeat for row 2. So when you're working on the back side of your work, you're working back post double crochets. If you turn your work around, you'll see that your cable is kind of starting to look like a cable. It will take a few rows, but your post stitches are all lining up like they're supposed to. There's your little crossover. So let's go ahead and repeat that again, starting from, going to work the big cable again. So remember, we need to do a back post double crochet into the next 9 stitches. So we go ahead and do these 3 first. Back post double. There's 1, 2, 3, and here's the crossover. And how I tell, I always put my finger in between these 3 here, and then the 3 in the front, and know the 3 that's in the front of your finger are the ones that you do next. So these 3 right here, we back post double crochet into them. So starting with the next one, we just got to go in that correct order, otherwise your braid won't cross over right. And remember, it's not hard once you get to going. You can do this. Don't give up, even if you mess up. And then we go and we do the 3 that are on the front of our finger next. This would make back post double. This would make number 7, 8, and there's 9 in a row, like that. All right, again, we're going to put a half double crochet into the next 5 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're at some post stitches here. Half the back post double crochet in each of these next 2 stitches. There's 1, and then the next one makes 2, and again half double crochet into the next 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're at our little crossover again. So if you put your finger in between those, just do this first one, back post double, and this one right here would be the next back post double. And then the next one. Okay, half double crochet into the next 5. back post double crochet into the next 2, half double crochet into the next 5, and that would end the repeat again, and you would repeat that all the way across until you get to your last 14 stitches. All right, once you make it to your last 14 stitches, we have to do that big braid again. So we need to do a back post double crochet into the next 9 stitches. Oh, sorry about that. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then if you put your fingers here, just know the ones in the front, 3 in the front, you have to do next. Back post double. There's 4, 5, 6, and then the 3 in the front here you do next. Back post double. That's 7, 8, and 9, and you should have 5 stitches that remain. Half double crochet in the remaining 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that'll end row 3, and you should have a total still of 194 stitches, or 6 of the big cables. All right, let's go ahead and start row 4. So we are going to chain 1 and turn our work, and now we are on the front side of our work, so you can kind of see the cables starting to take place a little bit. Remember, the more rows you do, the more you'll see them. So we're going to put a double crochet into the first 5 stitches. So these first 5 here, go ahead and double crochet into them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to go ahead and start the repeat of row 4. Now we're going to start off and we're going to put a front post double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So these 3 post stitches right here, 1 front post double into those. There's 1, 2, and there's 3. And now we are going to skip 3 stitches. So we skip these 3 post stitches, and in the next 3 right here, we are going to put a front post triple crochet into those. So we're going to yarn over twice. So skip these 3 posts, 1, 2, 3, and go around this one and front post triple. There's 1. We need to do that 3 times. There's 2. One more time. That is 3. And then we're going to back it up to the 3 that we skipped, and we're going to put a front post triple around those, starting with the first one. So it's very similar to the other row, besides where we're just working the cables opposite. There's 1. We're doing front post triple. There's the next one we skipped. And And the last one we skipped is right there. Front post triple. Just like that. And you can see there is your cable taking place, starting to work out. It'll be beautiful, don't worry. And now we're gonna put 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. Now these are half doubles from the row before, so gotta kind of look. Don't go into this spot here because that's part of that stitch. It's actually this one right here. So we just do a regular double crochet into the top of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to put a front post double crochet, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. Front post double, no crossing over or anything, just 1, 1 in the next, and then double crochet into the next 5. Don't go into this one, start into this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's our little crossover. So we are going to skip 1 and we are going to do a front post triple into the next. And then we are going to back it up and front post triple into the one that we skipped. That, so that's making our tiny crossover there. And then we're going to put a double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Front post double into the next 2, these post stitches. Just 1 there, 1 there, double crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're gonna repeat that again for row 4. We're gonna start off with the big cable again. So we're gonna start off by putting a front post double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Front post double into the next 3. There's 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and put a front post triple into the next 3. So we yarn over twice, skip these 3, 1, 2, 3, and front post triple into the next 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need to back it up and front post triple into the 3 that we skipped, starting with our very first one. So yarn over twice, go around that first one that we skipped, and front post triple, and then the next one that we skipped, front post triple, and the next one that we skipped right here, the last one that we skipped, and front post triple like straighten out your cable if you want a little bit. And now we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Front post double crochet in each of the next 2. There's 1 there, 1 there. Double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're at our little crossover. So we're going to skip this first one here, and we're going to put a front post triple into the next. And then we're going to go back to the one that we skipped and front post triple into that one. And that made our little crossover braid. 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 front post double crochet into the next 2. 1, 2. 1 double crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is the end of the repeat for row 4. So you just keep repeating this until you get to the last 14 stitches of your row. Alright, once you make it to the last 14 stitches, you should be where we're going to do our last big cable here. So we're going to do a front post double into the next 3 stitches. Just 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and front post triple into the next 3. One, 2, 3, and then we're going to back it up and front post triple into the 3 that we skipped, starting with our first one. So yarn over twice, go around that first one, front post triple, there's 1, find your next one right here, there's 2, and then find your last one here that we skipped right here, that is 3, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet in the remaining 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that will end a row 4. And again, you'll have 194 stitches, or you'll have 6 of these large cables. Like I said, you'll start to see them take more shape the more rows that you do. And don't mind this tiny gap here on the side of the large cables. That is normal to have that. And you got your little cross cable. So let's go ahead and start row 5. It is the last row of the repeat, and it's actually just a repeat of row 3. So we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to work a half double crochet into the first 5 stitches. And we're on row 5, but we're just repeating what we did on row 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, and there's 5. Now we're going to start the repeat of row 5. And we're going to work a front post double crochet into the next 9 stitches. Now you see the crossovers first this time, so stick your fingers in there and know that you have to go through for these 3 first, then these 3, and then these 3 over here. You just have to go right in order to make for the next 9. These 3, these 3, and these 3. So put your finger in there to make it easier to see that you need to go front post double crochet in those 3 first, because we got to go over 9 stitches. I'm sorry, back post double crochet, back post double crochet over the next 9. There's 1, 2, and 3, and then you do the 3 that are here on the front of your finger, back post double crochet. That's 4, 5, 6, and then the next 3, which you'll be able to see pretty well right here, back post double. That makes 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to half double crochet into the next 5 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do a back post double into the next 2. There's 1, 2, half double crochet into the next 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's our little crossover. We're going to do a back post double crochet into the first one and then the next one. There's 1, and then the next one. There's 2, half double crochet into the next 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back post double crochet into the next 2. There's 1 and 2, half double crochet into the next 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that ends the repeat of row 5, and you just repeat it again. So here we are at our big cable. So we need to do a back post double crochet into the next 9 stitches. Make sure that you do them in a row. So we do our first front 3, and then the 3 on the back of our finger, and then these 3 over here. Back post double crochet. Just make sure that you go in order so your cable looks correct. There's 1. Remember, we're doing the 3 in the front first. There's 2 back post doubles. There's 3 back post double. And then you see the 3 right here in front of my finger. Back post double in those. There's 4, 5, 6, and then these 3 right here, you should be able to see them quite easily. Back post double crochet into those 3. 1, and that will make a total of 9 there that we went right across. Okay, half double crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Front post double crochet into the next 2. Half double crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's your little crossover. You want to do the first one first and then the next one. It's a back post double into that first one, and then a back post double into the next one. Back post double into the next 2. 1 and 2. Half double crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that ends the repeat, and you just keep repeating that until you get to the last 14 stitches of your row. Remember, we're working on the back side of our work, so we're always working half double crochets and back post double crochets when we're working on the back. All right, when you make it to the last 14 stitches here, you should be at a big cable here. So go ahead and begin. We need to do front post double into the next 9, so kind of put your finger there in between, and know you got to do these front 3 first and then these 3 first. Back post double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, and then the 3 on the front of your finger here. Back post double. That's 4, 5, 6, and then the next 3 makes 7, 8, and 9. And we're going to end by putting a double crochet, half double crochet in the remaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I apologize, I get confused on the stitches sometimes, and you should have a total at the end of row 5 still of 194 stitches and 6 of your big cables. And now all it is a repeat of rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for row 6, we're just going to chain 1 and turn and repeat row 2. Now if you look at your work now, you can see that it is starting to take place. It's looking good. See that? Now I'm going to put timestamps below. There's your little cable, or your little braid. Your big cable starting out. I'm going to put timestamps below for the repeat rows of 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now remember, you can do this. Even if you mess up, it's okay. Pull it out and do it again until you get it. Because trust me, you will be so proud of yourself once you figure out how to do it. You'll realize that it's not even hard at all. You'll be able to blow right through it. Please do not give up. And I want you to, when you make this, show me a picture of it. I'd love to see it on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link to that below. Now you just keep repeating those rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 until you get it the size that you want it to be. Like I said, I think mine's like 57, 58 inches or something. I did it until I used up 7 balls of this yarn, which is about 3,500 yards. But you can do it bigger if you want. You just need more yarn. That's completely up to you. And if you want to add a single crochet border, that's fine. I added no border to mine. But like I said, I might add some fringe maybe later. But for now, I think it looks pretty good the way that it is. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too, and give me a like if you enjoyed this tutorial. And I cannot wait to see yours. You guys have a good day, and look for those links to the repeats of this below, and also you'll find a link to a playlist of over 1,000 other crochet tutorials for you to enjoy. Bye everybody. Have a good day.